What are you busy now? This is you're done with basketball.
Yes, I'm done.
So what do you do now? You're also the athletic director at North Carolina State.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I try to put in rules like we should hire Italian coaches, lifetime contracts. Not a bad rule. What do you think? Things like that.
Yeah.
But this is a time really to...
do you go recruiting now?
We go recruiting.
Now, what is that like? You hear about do you recruit all over the country?
All over the country.
So you hear about a guy who's really good, say, in Wyoming.
And we try to go to Indiana.
Go to Indiana. Well, good luck in Indiana.
Can't get them in Indiana. Congratulations.
Yeah, that was a nice game. So you go to Wyoming, and what happens? You hear about a senior in high school.
You come right back to New York, right where the players are. Wyoming's not the place.
All right, New York, wherever. You get into the home, what do you do?
You get in the home, and you show them tapes like this.
Yeah.
You show them your national championship game in 1983.
Beat Houston? Was that the game?
Yeah, we beat Houston on the last second shot that I called.
Yeah.
I thought you had the tape on that. We threw that last second shot. We dunked it.
That was your
Charles
play?
From Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Gotta have some Brooklyn play.
Do you talk to the? Is it the kid who makes the decision or the parents?
The mother.
Yeah,
Most of the time, it's the mom.
Yeah.
Most times, the mom. My best recruiting story, the one that we all have one of these. My brother Nick told me about a kid in Long Island, Roosevelt High School. Said he's a great player. My first year in the business, and he said, "Come and see the kid." I saw him. I said, "Can't make it. Can't play. 6'3", no good." My brother said, "He's a pretty good player." I said, "Can't make it." So I took a kid instead of this kid, named of Alan Cutler, a very big name in basketball today. Alan Cutler. The kid I didn't take was a fellow named Julius Irving.
No.
Yes.
Are you kidding?
Not a bad play.
And you're still in business?
I'm still in this business and trying to do shows like this if I can.
I could have picked Julius Irving.
6'3", Dave. 6'3".
Yeah. And then you work on the folks, but you're really not allowed to do much other than that. I mean, you can't. Recruiting is really tough.
Yeah, nowadays you can't do very much. I'm sure.
Kidnapping is out, I guess.
Kidnapping's out. Yeah. They've tried about everything in Texas.
Yeah.
And
they're paying the price now.
A little bit of everything there.
Was it tough for you when you went down south to become acclimated? Did they take to you? I mean,
the first thing that was tough was moving from. I was born in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And then moved to Queens. And I grew up in Little Italy. Next door the Pizzimentis, the Fronicolas, the Kifas, the Choppi. Any Paisans out there? We got any? Hey, how you doing?
Now, what are you doing?
Right afterwards, we're going for pizza, his place, all of us, okay? All right? And I grew up with that.
What is this exactly?
Well, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you that later. I'll tell you. The Hoosiers, we'll tell you that later. We'll tell you that later.
The Pizmentis and the Fronicolas are going to be looking for us.
They're all here. All my relatives are watching. They're fantastic. Want to say hi. And so I grew up, and then we moved from Queens out to Long Island. Shock. You're talking shock. Forget the South.
Yeah.
Went to Long Island. First kid I met, his name was Rusty. I grew up with Mario, Tony. He said, Rusty, I thought it was a condition, Go home, take care of that, stay out of the rain, Rusty. I don't think you start. Then I met, and this is a true story, I met in homeroom, right, which we didn't have where I went to school.
Right.
They used to lock you in. But in homeroom, right, I met a girl walked in, blonde hair. I had never seen that before. First girl the first girl I ever dated without a mustache.
Oh.
If you know what I'm saying. No, I'm serious. I can say, now, my first girlfriend was Marie Gatto. Used to roll the cigarettes up in here, you know what I'm saying? And I can say this stuff. So I met this girl, blonde hair, and I married her. I took her home. My father, Rocco Valvano, saw, he said, we're not sure what it is. We should keep it, though. I think, right? My wife, Pam, who is, and I can say these things, people, her name, I thought it ended in I. And she thought with my nose, she thought I was Jewish. And her name is Levine. I thought it was Levini. And she thought I was Jewish. We got married 6 years before we knew we had a mixed marriage.
Now, when you first met her, you didn't give her one of these, did you?
No,
hey, Pam!
No, I gave one of these. I gave her one of those. I'll tell you.
Oh, gosh.
20 years we're married.
Now, what was it like? 1980?
Go to the South? Now, that was a little different. Now we went, and I love the South. So I want to tell all my friends I've lived there, now 7 years, it's great. But when I went down there, first thing is to make you feel at home. Any people here from the South? Anybody from the South? Where are you from? Where are you from in the South? Oh, so you know what I'm talking about, a pig picking. You know what that is? They know what a pig picking is. You go in the South, and they said to me, what a treat. We're going to take you to a pig picking. Yeah. They said, have you ever been to a pig picking? I said, let me see, one weekend in college, I remember, but I said, No, but we...
His mentees and the Fernicolis.
But we didn't advertise it. We didn't advertise it the way you do it down here.
Yeah.
But what a pig picking is...
This man is an educator. The future...
No.
The future of our country is in this man's hands here.
No, you might say my kid in the pig picking in Charlotte.
What is it?
What a pig picking is. You see, and I said they were shocked I had never been to one before. And I said very rarely on a Sunday did Angelina Valvano, my mother, say to, Rocco.
Hop in the car.
Hey, Rock,
Yeah.
what do you want for lunch? Monogot, ravioli, and he'd say, no, let's pick a pig, So, it's true. That didn't happen a lot in Queens.
Yeah.
What it is they actually roast a pig, and you eat pork barbecue.
The barbecue.
And it's wonderful.
Yeah.
You have that in Indiana, no?
Oh, sure. Yeah, well, barbecue is all over the world.
Well, it's different every place.
Yeah.
This is a... And so I went to make me feel at home.
Yeah.
My first 30 days on the job, I went to 32, including luncheons, pig pickings.
They must love you down there.
Oh, it's wonderful. I do.
Tell me about the feeling you had when you won the national title.
It was
1983.
1983.
Where's the game played?
Played is, and I hardly, it kind of slips my mind.
Yeah, right.
You come to my house, you ring the doorbell, the last 44 seconds of the game played before the lock opens up. Other than that, I hardly think about it. We're playing in Albuquerque, and I wanted to do something spectacular. I'm a TV, I love television, It's great. Wide world of sports. Every weekend I watch it. What do they say? Spinning the globe.
Yeah.
Spanning the sports world.
Words to that effect.
Joy of victory. Agony of defeat. What's the agony of defeat they show every week? What do you say? You see that poor skier.
Yeah.
Every week he's up there. Now I was born in Queens. I'm not sure. I assume he's supposed to be like one of those, And what does he do? He takes a tumble. The guy's still alive.
Yeah.
And every weekend, no matter where he is.
It's a nasty fall, though.
Oh, every weekend. He's in a bar. Somebody go, Pierre, check it out. Here you go. I mean, the guy's in serious trouble. But very few people remember the joy of victory. So I was going to give him a joy of victory. And those of you who recall it, if you don't recall it, roll the tape. Will you? I brought a tape.
No, I don't think we have the tape. I don't think we have
I brought a tape, though, back there. All right, good. It'll be next segment, right? So what I did is I said I'm going to sprint out on the court.
At the end of the game, when you win, you're going to run out.
I'm going to, and a lot of people didn't think we were going to win that game.
Upset, wasn't it?
Like a lot of people didn't think so. My mother, who I love, who's watching the show, little Angelina Valvano, from her womb, she took Houston, gave 8 points. My mom. True story. It's on your card. It's on your card right there.
Get to the story, Jim. Get to the story.
All right, so here it is. So the shot goes up, and Lorenzo Charles from Brooklyn dunks it. And at that moment, we won national championship. Yeah. So I figured I'd run out. Why? Because you know how television is. They take that moment, and I'd sprint out, and I'm running. And they take it and put it in slow motion. Here I come. Like that, and they do that, and then they put in the background Chariots of Fire,
right?
Theme from Rocky, and have a commercial the rest of my life to help recruit.
Yeah.
And I was going to hug a kid named Derek Wittenberg, who for 9 games in a row had run over to me and hugged me. He was a senior.
Yeah.
He was a senior, and the next game was his last game. So I run out there to hug him to make this tremendous moment in history. And for the first time in 9 games, I get out there, 50 million people watching, and Derek Wittenberg is hugging someone else. And I'm in the middle of the floor in Albuquerque with 50 million people watching, running like that. Brent Musburger's, I tell you, saying, and there he goes. Yeah. And there he goes. And where's he going? So I was looking for anybody right now to hug. Cheerleaders, anything. And I run into our director of athletics at the time, Willis Casey, a very nice man. I admire his judgment, and he hired me. I like the guy. I don't love the guy, but I like the guy. And I was going to run right by him. He stuck his arm out, caught me right here, which is why I speak this way.
You have about 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
No, we got more than that.
No, we don't.
Come on, roll this thing. Okay, we'll come back with this. You want to hear the end of the story? They want to hear the end of the story. What can I...